Good morning once again. NBIX. What is it? NASDAQ Biotechnology. Yes, you heard what I said. And it was one of the best performers in the last couple of years. And I'm going to show it because you will know by going onto the website that back over here in calendar 2011, we clearly stated that as we were closing out and we started to make this part of the trend in the biotech, that since the dot bomb days and back in the latter part of the lower part of the 90s, is that biotech had been in a 12-year bear market. And what do I say? I said 12 years. Yeah, I did, because we started back in 2012, and let us not forget one thing. We were very clear about that, and here is the following. If you want to take the time and you want to go over here to trading, and you would like to go through and click in there about the coverage on the biotechs and whatnot, is that it was going to be one of the best performers. And you can find it all right here in stockmarketfunding.com. Take the time to do it. Do yourself a favor. How about that? So, in 2012, we said it was going to be the greatest year, and it was. And we started that rally right here, right at the end of calendar 11. Remember one thing. We've been trading the NASDAQ Biotech ever since they've had a biotech stock, ever. We've been around 32 years. We know how good the biotech can make it. And we're right up here. We already went 300 points up in the NASDAQ 100. And we did. And not only that, that was a big move. Already 300 points in what? The NASDAQ 100. The pharmaceutical, the biotech pharmaceutical. Biotech. And it had the best rally. And not only that, listen, this rally is not going to end. And it had that major breakout. It got overbought. And yes, the 10-week is about to cross over the 20. Yes, the white line is the 50-week that's holding its support. And yes, to all of the following. Once we hit the bottom on the individual names, that right here is that 50-week. Down here is where we had the support levels and we broke up. This was like anything, they get overbought. I mean, come on. I mean, we're above 2,800 here. Now give me a break. We were down here at 1,000 on it when it started breaking up out of here. It's been the best performer ever. And let me tell you something. Medicine isn't going to stop. So we're buying pullbacks on certain names in the biotech. And I've already did them. BIIB, LIMN, REGN on the weekly. We're going to go right through it. ALXN below the 10 and the 20. But when they get done correcting, we're moving in. GEVA. Let it be known that these things have had some great corrections on thy weekly chart. That will make good plays. PCRX had a great pullback, and it's working up off of that 20 and that 10-day week. Oh, check it out. MYL. What a nice pullback and a pop on the weekly right there. CLVS, don't tell me that last week. This thing here got what? Its head cracked. And all weekly moving averages. Now remember, not everything is going to have the greatest news. And when you don't get good news on something, well, I'm sorry, that's the volatility in there. Now, let's just take a look at INSYS. What a great rally below the 10. 20-week holding that one support. Oh, how do you like this one? Up here at $80, pulling back $20. Below the 10-week, struggling at the 20-week. What is it? LGND. And yes, They have all gotten overbought. But remember, let's keep going right along. Now, here's one that you need to know about. Got up here to $50, cracked its neck right here down to the rising 10 week. And once again, this name right here has not been around that long. And it rallied from $20 a share to $50 a share. Now, if we break below that 10 week and Ken Flag, AGIO, look at the major weekly tops. So it's a short. Now, we're also going to show this one here. Now, look at this one. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you ALNY. And what am I going to show you? You know what I'm going to show you. You got a death cross, the 10 week over the 20. You got the 50 week at resistance, Mr. Flag. And not only that, Mr. Flag, you better be benchmarking this one because at some point we're going to be trading it. I just want you to know that this thing is $50 off of the high. And yes, there's going to be some news on it that wasn't favorable for it to go down that low, and some will be on sale. Now, unfortunately with Celgene, when they reported their quarterly profits on the sales of their drugs, they weren't quite as robust. It's in a weekly sales signal. But when we move down to lower levels, let's say we get down here to the 120 area, that's where we would look at really wanting to load up on Celgene. But let us not forget CBSIT. Let us not forget the 10 is going down the 20 week there, Mr. Flag. That would be a death cross, Mr. Flag. Not only that, Mr. Flag, that 50 week is about to bust it, and any move up below the $70 area, we will short these because some of them aren't always good, as we know, but any move up to lower high resistance levels, Mr. Flag, we are going to sell short, and we are. Now, we're not done. DMRN, big reversal down to what? The 100 week. What else do we got going on here? We got a weekly sell signal. And if we break below that 100 week on this one, hey, it's going to go a lot lower. You can tell where this stock was, down around the $20 level. It moved up all of these years. Big rally, pull back, rally, pull back, another higher high. But now you're broke on all of the key weekly moving averages, Mr. Flag. Not only that, Mr. Flag, you better get back on your old SHPG. It's an ADR. It's struggling here with the 10 and the 20, but resistance levels need to be addressed. So it still has a bull case on that one, so you know. Now, here's one that is back above the 20 and the 10 week. SLXP Pharmaceuticals, it's holding up very well compared to a lot of the other overbought biotech that you need to know. And not only that, we're going to go right here to ISI. Look at thy. Let us be knowing on this day, Mr. Flag, that this one here, ISIS, from that $60, it's been almost, it was cut in half. Below all of the moving averages, any move up to resistance levels or any gap open up, oh yes, it will be enjoyable to do what? Sell short the broken ones now and whatnot. I'm going to talk about Amgen. And Amgen is suffering with a major pullback below the 10 and the 20 week. But listen, man, Mr. Flag, you got that 50 week moving average. And any move up to resistance, we are short sellers there no matter what. Now, on some of the other ones that we'll cover later, is there's a lot of similarity patterns within what? the NBIX trade. And once again, that's the sector right here and whatnot. So I want to talk about GILD real quick. GILD is a buyer, even though it's got resistance there, but I can tell you what, their sales are kicking butt. And any move down to lower support levels, this is a bright spot on GILD and their hepatitis C drug. How about that for all the people who suffer right there? We will talk about other ones later, but this is a major, major calendar yearly update on one of the best outperformers, just like we had in other bull markets. They led this rally. But now, on a case by case, individual stock pickers market within this index still remains to have the greater opportunity versus the internet stocks, the tech stocks, and a lot of the other high flyers. Remember, medicine doesn't stop because it doesn't. And so we're going to conclude the MBIX Biotech. And once again, we will be picking the best of the breed to make money at what? Oversold conditions.